Hey guys, welcome to Blending today. Today's March 3rd and it's Unit 4, Week 1. And this week we are learning about those vowel teams, those two vowels that can work together to make that long A sound, which is the middle sound that you hear in the word train. So the ones that we've been working on this week is the A, the AI, and the AY. Those teams. So now the A by itself, the A standing by itself, that can also say long A. And A blanky, just like we learned in Unit 3, can also say the long A sound. So of course, you're going to have to get a little more familiar with just knowing that these, when you see those letters together in a word, they can say different things depending on if they are together or not. You just have to kind of be able to switch them. Okay, so let's do some high frequency words. Of course, make sure that if you know the word, say it. Go back during your independent time. Go back later. Turn the sound off. Practice them as well. Woman, right. Caught, flew. Food, warm. Blue, small. Give, ate. Animal, hour, other. Into, more, start, laugh, were, hard, near, would, found, listen, no, over, find, because, or, carry, and about. Wonderful. Thank you so much if you're participating. Definitely going to help you. Okay, first word. Wait. Your turn. Wait. W says what? And here's a vowel team, AI. Those two work together to say that long A sound. Just like in the middle of the word train. In the middle of the word train, you hear long A. You hear that letter A, and it is spelled with an A-I. And T says ta. Let's blend. Wait. Next word. Way. Your turn. Way. That word way only has two sounds. W says wa. AY, vowel team, working together to say long A. Way. Next word, day. Your turn. Day. D says da. And AY. Those letters make a team to say long A. Day. So I think both of these, way and day, are high frequency words. And like I've said, now that we're learning new sounds, that we can sound them out if we need to. If for some reason you don't know that D-A-Y is the word day, if you know that A-Y says long A, you could sound it out. Okay, next word. Tail. Your turn. Ta-a-ol. Tail. Ta. A-I vowel team that says A. Thank you. Saw some legs going. And L says ol. Ta-a-ol. Tail. All right, let's read our first line. Wait, way, day, tail. Your turn. Wonderful. All right, next word. Plain. Your turn. Pull, plain. So there are two ways to say plain or to spell plain, and they have two different meanings. P-L, pull. Here's the vowel team. A-I. That A and I, it works together to say long A. And N says pull A, plain. Right, so this spelling of the word plain, P-L-A-I-N, means that, you just like your hamburger plain. You don't necessarily want any cheese or ketchup or anything like that. You just want it plain. But we know that there's another kind of plane, the plane that flies up in the sky. That is a different spelling. So they sound the same, spelled differently, different meanings. Next word. Tray. Your turn. A. Tray. The word tray only has two sounds. Put those two together. A-Y, those two vowels that work together to say the long A sound. A. Tray. Next word. Claim. Your turn. Coal. A. Claim. C-L. Coal. A-I. That vowel team that works together to say the long A sound. M says coal. A. Claim. So like I've said before, if you can, these blends in the beginning, like coal and and pull, if you can start to see those as one sound, it'll make it a lot easier for you to sound out longer words. Like yesterday we had the word explain. Okay. Next word. Clay. Your turn. Coal. A. Clay. This is like clay that you might sculpt something with. Ka-ol. Make that one sound. Coal. And A-Y is a vowel team that makes that long A sound. Let's blend. Coal. A. Clay. So with words like tray and clay, you might not get lost in the word. If you know that A-Y will say that long A sound, then if you were to take the and the coal, or the and the coal, and say them letter by letter, it might actually be okay. You won't necessarily get lost in the word. A. Oh yeah, that word is tray. Ka-ol-A. Or you might even say it with the soft C at first. S-ol-A. I don't know, let me flip it. Ka-ol-A. That word sounds like clay. All right, let's read our second line. Plain, tray, claim, clay. Your turn. Thank you. All right, next word. Stain. Your turn. Stain. She has a stain on her clothes. Sta. And here is a vowel team. A-I, saying that long A sound. A. And says A. Stain. Next word. Ran. Your turn. Ran. So notice when I say the word ran, I don't hear the letter A. That means I don't hear long A. That means it's not spelled with any kind of long A. And says ran. But watch if I add the I to that word. It completely changes the word. It's no longer ran or an. It becomes a different word. It becomes rain or a. Rain. R says AI becomes a team that works together to say long A and says or a, rain. So we talked about with the long A that E is A's buddy. That as soon as E comes along, and it's a blank E, so that's a silent E, then the A flips and it says long A. Doesn't say anymore. Now it says A. So they're like buddies. In the vowel teams, A says but then I comes along and it changes the sound also, and then it says A, a, rain. Right. Next word, mad. Your turn. Mad. And says A says Notice when I say mad, I don't hear the letter A. I don't hear the long A. I just hear which is the short A. D says mad. So we're not going to actually write the word, but think about the word that we would make if we were to add an I there. And then it would become made. Since it's an AI, it has a different meaning. We know the word made, M-A-D-E, with its buddy, like I made some cupcakes. But if there is an AI, still sounds like the word made, but it spelled different, changes the meaning. M-A-I-D, we're going to pretend that I is there, is someone who maybe comes to your house and might clean. We don't necessarily want to call them a maid, but someone who might, clean your house and you pay them for it. Maid. All right. If there was an AI, this word is just mad. Mad. Sorry if I confused you. Okay, next word. Sentence. Sorry. High frequency word the. Just have to know it. We will never be able to sound out this high frequency word. Never, ever, ever. And of course, capital T, beginning of a sentence. The, T-R, t-er, ter. A-I is a team. They work together to say long A. Ter, A. And says ter, A, train. So it's like the train car. It says long A. Will. That might be a high frequency word. The train will. High frequency word not. The train will not. What will the train not do? S-T. Sta. A-Y. A vowel team that works together to say long A. So AI will never come at the beginning of a word. Notice how it says blank, A-Y, because that means it's going to come at the end of a word. Now here, where it says AI, it can come at the beginning of a word, depending on what the word is, but if it's AI, there has to be a letter that comes after it. That's why it says AI blank, because there must be a letter that comes after it. High frequency word here. High frequency word all. D says duh. AY makes a vowel team. They work together to say long A. A, day. All right, let's read our sentence. The train will not stay here all day. Your turn. Beautiful. So we do need some punctuation. So this sentence, it can always just have a period, just saying, hey, this train's not going to stay here all day. Or, depending on how it's said, it could have an exclamation point. Like, let's pretend that you're reading a book where, someone is late for their train, and someone else says to him, like, hey, this train is not going to stay here all day. That means you need to hurry. Okay, it just depends on how it's said. So if you write it with an exclamation point, and then you go back and you review it after you've written it in your journal, then make sure when you say it out loud, you are saying it with oomph. Okay, let's do some nouns and some verbs. So, noun, of course, something that you can touch. It is a person, a place, or a thing. So, the word train is a noun, something you can touch. The word day, it's considered a noun, but it's not something you can touch. But it's a thing. It is a state of being. Like day, we are going somewhere today. Okay? And the word here is a place. It's not a place that you can touch. It is just like I'm standing here. This is the place where I am standing. Now, here is the place that I am standing. So it's considered a place. Our verbs, the train, will not, those kind of work together to make a verb. We've talked about how will can be a verb. And so when those two words are together, so they work together to be the verb. So it's the train doing. The train will not stay. That's also our verb. And again, these verbs are not necessarily actions. Not necessarily actions. Okay, folks. Thank you so much for your focus and your participation. Always a good idea to go back and review it. Turn the sound off, read it again. Help yourself be a better learner. We'll see you later.